Can't wait to talk about this Lost 45 by Kenny Loggins. Got it up to number 14, up from 15 on my fancy playlist, Vox Humana. Fancy playlist of April 28, 1985. It's from the album called Vox Humana. Kenny Loggins, I'll be honest, and I'm kind of ashamed to admit this. I used to make fun of Kenny Loggins way back in the day. Because Solid Gold, if I remember correctly, the show Solid Gold, they would not have a group like Motley Crue or Def Leppard or Rat, some of the hair metal bands. They wouldn't have them on their show, but they'd have Kenny Loggins on there. Kenny Loggins was about as rock and roll as they got, and I just Kenny Loggins had some great songs. He came out, he did Footloose, Whenever You Call Me Friend. I believe that was the name of the song he did with Stevie Nicks in 1978. Summer of 1980, he had that scintillating single called I'm All Right, and I might have the title of the song wrong. And of course, Danger Song was a real big one for him back in 1986 or 87. But I just thought he was too pop at the time, and But now, I don't know. I'm reassessing Kenny Loggins. He was capable of experimentation, and that's exactly what he did on this album, Vox Humana. He was moving into the area, making a foray, if you will, into synth pop and also R&B swing. On this record, he works with the Pointer Sisters. June and Ruth Pointer, they co-wrote this song with him, Vox Humana, and they sing backup. And guess who's on percussion on this record? Who programs the drum machine? Sheila E. She is on this record. There is a little bit of Prince influence in this record. One gets the impression that Kenny Loggins had been listening to a little Prince and thought, I like that sound. I think I'll incorporate it into my musical DNA and see what I can come up with. The thing about it is, though, experimentation doesn't necessarily lead to a massive commercial hit. You want to experiment as an artist. You want to branch out into other genres. But your audience is thinking, oh, wait a minute. No. Why can't you do another Footloose? Or Whenever I Call You Friend? Therefore, the song only got as high as number 26 on Billboard's Hot 100. It is a lost 45. Now, he did come out with another song. It was a ballad called Forever later on in 1985. And I just found out that the legendary songwriter, David Foster, helped pen that record. But that's another story, a future fantasy playlist. I got to mention one other thing, though, about this album, Vox Humana. Kenny Loggins pulled out all the stops. He had a lot of R&B going on this album. Some of the people who sang on this album, backup, Al DeBarge, Marilyn Martin, Howard Hewitt of Shalimar sang on this album. Members of Toto played on this album. Vox Humana, Kenny Loggins. Fantasy playlist of April 28, 1985.